Hello and welcome to the next part of Chirstmas Otome. Last time Maya again had a dizzy spell which landed in the hospital. Thankfully she was already there volunteering. But yeah, she found out some new things about her new bracelet, and yeah, that it's risky as hell. And why would don't even want to give that to Osiriya, but oh well. So we will continue the event. Siri mentioned that she would be busy before she left, so I wasn't expecting anyone when visiting hours rolled around. Imagine my surprise then, when the door to my hospital room opened and Garrett entered. That's a nice thing of him to do, and also the animation of him coming in was pretty funny. It was pretty fast. Hi. He gave me a small wave, clearly uncomfortable. I mean, yeah. I raised my hand to wave back only to notice something. The bracelet was glowing with a strange symbol on it. Don't tell me. He's the one? He sure is, girl. No, wait, I shouldn't jump to conclusions. Hi, I wasn't really expecting a visit from you. Aren't you supposed to be in the middle of a shift? He shrugged. I wanted to make sure you were okay. That's really sweet. The bracelet pulsed at that. Okay, I guess it really is reacting to him. So much for it being a lie. But his heart needs melting? I looked at him skeptically. He is stoic, but it's not like he's distant. Sure, he's a bit intimidating to look at, but he's such a nice down-to-earth guy. What sort of problems could he be shouldering? According to his dreamscapes, maybe something about family issues? That's what I'm expecting. He looked around uncomfortably for a moment before speaking. Look, I'm gonna run. I'm not really a fan of hospitals. You get better soon, okay? I smiled in the face of his genuine concern. Nice that he even came at all. It's not like they are that close, I think. Okay. Thanks for coming, it means a lot. If there's anything you ever need, you can talk to me, okay? Especially since I need to find out what's wrong with you. What a nice way of putting it. He looked at me oddly for a moment before shrugging it off and leaving. So, Garrett, huh? I wonder why the bracelet chose you. Apparently, your type is emotionally distant and has eternal problems. I don't know. Not long after that, the door opened to admit a frazzled Emma. I never voiced. Did I? I don't think I ever gave you a voice before, did I? Are you okay? I heard you passed out. I'm fine, really. Just a little anemic. Yeah, right. There was no way I was going to tell her. I would somehow got myself cursed by a magic bracelet. Even I had a hard time believing it despite the evidence. It's because you don't eat enough. I think she eats enough. You eat a lot. I eat plenty. If anything, I started eating more since I moved in with her. You don't even eat half of my normal intake. Not everyone eats the same amount. That's hardly a fair comparison. I don't think anyone can keep up with you. Emma got a strange glint in her eye. That's it. I'm going to feed you, so you can keep your energy up. She ran out of the room before I had a chance to protest. Why is food her first solution to every problem? She returned a few moments later, rolling in a hospital cart loaded with food. Where did you get that? How did you manage to get that up here? Emma just shrugged and smiled mischievously. And of course, our hospital stay extends. Wait, isn't that the mysterious, weird-looking thingy? Which I'm guessing is Mr. Secret Road? Nice, at least now we can see where everyone is. Huh. These two are the same, so that means I'm guessing. Yeah, he hasn't decided where to go yet. That's Mr. Mysterious. So yeah, let's just go to the park then, if Garrett is there. I was taking a relaxing stroll through the park when I noticed a familiar figure jogging towards me. Oh, my FPS is down. Garrett? He noticed me the same time that I noticed him and slowed to a stop in front of me. Hi. Hi, so this is how you stay fit? He shrugged. It's a good way to release pent-up energy. I'll take your word for it. I'm not sure I could last very long at the pace you were going. You start small and work your way up to it. That's how it usually goes. That makes sense. Still, even if jogging isn't your thing, there are other ways to exercise. Uh-huh. Gah, you son of a... You two know each other? Okay. We both turned at a loud shout to see a panting Don running up to us, who cut himself off at the sight of me. I told you I would leave you behind if you couldn't keep up. You also said you would go easy on me. You know, it's been a while. I did. I looked between them in confusion. How on earth did these two know each other? Like, sure, they both looked intimidating, but... Don shook his head in expiration. You damn exercise nut. It was only then that he shot me a sheepish look. Hi, Maya. You still look kinda pissed. Hi. The Don I was seeing before me was a far cry from the Don I was used to seeing. Unkempt, sweating, and wearing regular workout clothes. Not to mention the way he spoke to Garrett. So you know Gal? Yeah, we both work at Joseph's. Don looked at Garrett sharply. That's where they put you? I could've... It's fine. It's good, honest work. Yeah, but I mean, it's not exactly something with many advancement opportunities. Garrett shrugged. I get to take home the leftover food. You sound like a poor man. I am a poor man. Besides, the food is great. And also I am a bit struggling having both of those talking to each other. Their voice are practically have no difference between them. Don shook his head. You shouldn't be a poor man anymore. You should have asked for a better position or came to me. I don't have the skills for the kinds of things you do. Don let out a sigh. You know, I'm beginning to think I liked it better when you went along with everything I said. How the hell do you know each other? Still, the grin he shot Garrett made it clear he was playing. Honestly, this entire exchange was raising more questions than answers. The buff turned to look at me. How exactly do you two know each other? Don was the leader of a gang we were both in before he disbanded it. A gang? Eh? I mean, sure, Siri mentioned Don being part of a gang before, but... And part of the agreement with disbanding was that Mr. Sterling would get each of you put in either good jobs or good schools. So I still don't get why you're working in a restaurant. Garrett shrugged. You know studying isn't for me. Plus, don't knock the free food. It's great. He sounds like Emma. Don snorted. Can you believe this guy was my best enforcer? I looked Garrett over. Sure, with the way he's built, I have no problem imagining him being a great fighter. You're taking this better than I thought you would. Most people freak out a little when they learn about the gang. I shrugged. Garrett's a good guy. Besides, something like that makes sense considering he's a candidate. Well, at least Dawn will get what she's talking about, Garrett not so much. I blurted it out without considering exactly what I was admitting. Dawn froze. Candidate? Are you serious? I leveled him a flat look. Oh, hell, Sirius gonna murder me. What candidate? Was Garrett's question that snapped me back to reality. Crap, I can't tell him the truth. Of course you can't, it would be awkward as hell. I laughed nervously before saying the first lie that came to mind. Honestly, at this point you could have just said love interest. That would have been funny, honestly. But, well, Maya doesn't have the guts for that. And I don't know if I would have the guts for that either. Probably not, but maybe a joke about it would be fun. Candidate for a race? No, it doesn't make sense unless... He looked at Don. Are you trying to interfere with my income? You caught me. Garrett shook his head at us. Just that, Don. We're continuing. Already? And I'm adding extra laps. Garrett said a quick goodbye to me before taking off at a brisk jog. Don, on the other hand, stayed behind to speak to me. Look, I'll help with Gar. We just need to get him to fall in love with someone, right? That shouldn't be too hard. I shot him a skeptical look. Really? Wasn't the bracelet only supposed to choose frozen hearts? Yeah, but Gar's a determined guy. We just gotta convince him that he wants to fall in love and he'll do the rest of the work for us. He glanced at where Garrett had become a small speck on the horizon. No, let me go before he increases my punishment even more. I watched Don run off with a bemused look. Weren't you the leader? Mick is fucking everywhere, isn't he? When in doubt, save. I mean, it isn't night yet, and that makes it unlikely to find Garrett at Joseph's, so let's go to the park. Now, who's it gonna be? I paid the vendor for my ice cream cone before looking around the park for a free bench. And he decided to go to the park. Not romancing you this time, Mick. It was while I was looking that my eyes aligned on a familiar scowling figure seated on a bench with his laptop out. Well, the bench isn't free, but he's not a stranger either, so... Hi, Mick. He looked up at me with a scowl. Oh, hi. You could sound happier to see me, you know? It's not you, it's all this... nature. I blinked. This might be an odd question, but if you don't like nature, why are you in a park? He shrugged. The library was full, Joseph's too. Then why not go home? He snorted. Like I would get anything done there. Fair enough. We sat together in silence for a while. It was only when I finished my ice cream that I spoke again. It would be too weird to just leave. So, if you don't mind me asking, what are you working on? It's an assignment for one of my classes. This late in the term? It's one of those classes that don't have a final exam, just an assignment. So if I don't do well on it, I fail. Ouch. He shrugged. It's not that bad, just long. Well, I'll leave you to it. He just nodded as he got absorbed in his work. I couldn't help but smile as I walked away. He's a hard worker, it's just a pity he's not always this serious. Time to stalk Garrett again. Seeing my chance, I settled up to Garrett once he'd finished taking the girl's order. Well? Well? Isn't she cute? Ah, you're trying that approach, huh? He glanced back at the girl at my words. I didn't notice. That's a very nice thing to say. Seriously? That girl's super cute. She looks like a great girlfriend material. God, I sound like some shady salesman right now. Yeah, but it would... How to play Cupid for someone... for a coworker. It's, like, difficult. He shrugged. If you're interested in her, I can swap tables with you. Not for me, for you. He shrugged again. I wanted to bang my head against the wall. This was kinda embarrassing. Sure, that would have been my reaction as well, but this wasn't making it any easier to lift the curse. I mean, pushing... Nah. Let's not push him. But I will still save, just in case. Don't you want to find love? In the future, perhaps. Why not now? I'm hardly what you call husband material as I am now. You don't get to decide that. The stormy look on his face had me wanting to lighten the mood. Don't think that far ahead. You're young. You should be partying it up and having a blast. What is the age difference between you two again? It sounds kind of weird when you're the same age and you're saying that to each other. Even as I said the words, I internally cringed at them. I'm so sorry, I can't believe I'm saying these things myself. I sound like my parents and Mira. Alrighty then. Looks like... So which is it? I think there's only one beach event for Garrett, so let's just do that. I was in the middle of a walk on the beach when a rhythmic thumping noise caught my attention. Wait, is that Garrett? He was running along the beach wearing a thick jumper and jeans. I glanced up at the glaring sun. How has he not collapsed? I was so stupefied that I stopped in my tracks abruptly. He must not have noticed because he stopped too before jogging up to me. Hi, Maya. Hey, out for a run? Yes. That's nice. This is awkward. Why is this awkward? Want to join me? I don't think I'm dressed for the occasion. To be completely honest, I don't think you're dressed for it either. What's wrong with what I'm wearing? Don't people usually wear lighter clothes for workouts? I would die of heat exhaustion if I tried running in that in this weather. He shrugged. I'm used to it. I glanced around only to see other people staring at him in shock too, including some really pretty girls. I had a sudden flash of inspiration. Hey, can you, like, fake? Getting heat exhaustion? Maybe someone will help you. Garrett, this is your chance. Would he appreciate that, though? I think he's just happy on his own. It'd be a bit much to ask him to go shirtless. Not nearly that bold. Yeah, well, just looking at you makes me feel hot. He looked down at his clothes and then at the other shirtless guys around. Then he shrugged. Okay. Okay, what? That didn't take much convincing, it seems like. He was already pulling off his jumper and the vest underneath before I finished responding. Didn't even need to be bold. Maya is loading. Is that better? I could hear girls whispering about how hot he looked shirtless. Overheated laptop and... Yes? He nodded, satisfied. Okay, then I continue my run like this. Would you mind keeping an eye on my clothes? The last thing I need is someone running off with them. Sure. Great, thanks. And with that he was off again, leaving me staring dumbfounded at his back. And I guess we are... yeah, forced to do the Joseph's thing. It feels kind of weird that I'm forced to do Mike stuff. Mick, nicht Mike, Mick. I walked over to take Mick's order, wondering what dessert he was going to choose this time. He was slowly going through all the desserts we had on offer. Coffee, black with 2 sugars, and... between these 3, which one would you recommend? I looked to see him pointing out 3 equally sweet cakes. Personally, none. I'm not the biggest fan of cake, but... that one. It looks the cutest. He nodded. Okay, then I'll take it. He quickly scribbled it down, only to notice a bracelet pulsing with an unfamiliar symbol. Wait, Mick too? I mean, he's a strange guy, but a frozen heart? I glanced up to see him looking at me curiously. Right, I'm supposed to be placing this order, not freaking out. I quickly shoved my fillings down. Great, I'll go place your order. Still, even as I went through the motions, I couldn't stop thinking about this new information. Isn't that the teacher's symbol? Eh. Let's go to Garrett again. I followed Garrett with my eyes as he went about dealing with customers. He was hiding it well, but I could see that he was tired. I took the opportunity when he made his way over to place an order. Again? Sorry. I handed him today's snack. He could have asked, you know. I didn't want to put you out again. You're buying these for yourself and I keep eating them. I snorted. Oh no, dude. I bought them for you, actually. You're putting me out more by not asking. Seriously, I would not be able to carry you if you fainted. I wouldn't faint. You looked ready to kneel over. Anyway, you should take better care of yourself, or next time I really will tell Emma, and trust me, you do not want to see her when she's determined to feed someone. He shuddered, clearly thinking about the rumors he heard from the other waitstaff about this. Please don't. Oh wait, that's the same symbol. Huh? So wait, is it then the teacher? Because I'm pretty sure the secret guy has like Dwee or Sirius' cousin that's like in a coma, right? At least that's what I'm assuming. It's not like I read about it or anything. I don't think he can just go up and go to Joseph's. At least I don't think so. Oh well, let's just continue to stalk Garrett. I was sitting on a park bench enjoying some ice cream when I heard a familiar voice. Come on, please. Just do it for me. She'll hate me otherwise. Maybe you'll be able to keep up if you spend less time talking. I looked over to see Garrett and Don jogging in my direction. Well, Garrett was jogging, Don was struggling just to keep up. Stop talking if you just agree. They slowed to a stop when they noticed me. Oh, thank God. Garrett shot him a glare. Don't. You agree with me, don't you? About what? Agree about what? He got a stupid notion in his head that if I don't stop dating, the person he likes will hate him. He's actually... He's not wrong, I think. It's the truth. How was this guy a gang leader? Well, I mean, I kinda think Azuria hates him either way. We are talking about her, right? See, as my #1 enforcer, you've gotta help me. Firstly, you disbanded that gang. Secondly, that was never one of my duties. Plus, I fail to see the connection. There's literally no way you can tie those two together. Not without explaining everything. Don's face went from pleading to serious. Garrett, you once said you owe me your life. I'm calling you on that debt now. My life. You want me to fight your enemies, sure. Take a bullet for you, okay. Fall in love? No. That's not something you can order. I shot down a wary look. That had been low, even for him. See? Even Maya's looking at you like those girls now. I just don't want you to die old and alone. I won't. I'm planning to get some cats. Mood. That's a mood. I sure so won't die alone if I have some cats. Don't need a significant other if you have cats to show all your love with. That's worse. You're gonna be a crazy old cat person. That's not worse, that's actually very nice. Thank you very much. Besides, I'm still young and healthy, unlike someone. I'm perfectly healthy for an average person, you're just an outlier. Damn, prove it, I'm adding more labs. Having said that, Garrett started jogging again. Damn you, at least give me some warning. Don raced after him. He's totally running away from the conversation, isn't he? You can't force this kind of stuff, you know? Are they still running? No, so that symbol again. It has to be the teacher, right? Oh well. First, let's go to the park again. I was quietly making my way through the park, minding my own business, when a kindly old lady stopped me. Oh, please! Wait a moment, dearie. Hmm? I stopped to hear what she had to say. A pretty thing like you. A word of advice. You shouldn't go through the park alone around this time. These are dangerous times we live in. Eh? It's game time, isn't it? I don't understand. I've never had a problem before. The old lady shook her head at me. No, dearie. There are beasts prowling around. I've seen it with my own two eyes. Pretty victims just like you. Beasts? Should we maybe call animal services? Not that kind of beast, dearie. She can't possibly be talking about a sexual predator, right? No one's dumb enough to attack in broad daylight. She made a rude sound. In fact, they are right now. Those two? Yeah, I don't think so. I looked over to Don and Garrett talking to a cute young lady. Is Don trying very hard to play matchmaker again? She doesn't mean... I'm going there to give them a piece of my mind. Hit them, hit them. Hit them with the handbag. That would be very funny. She clutched her handbag tight as she made her way over. I just stood there in disbelief as the old little lady whacked and shouted at the two former gang members while the girl ran off. Deserved. I'm just gonna leave. We have a dreamscape. I guess I'll just prioritize the... But doesn't that must be the mystery, dude. But why is he everywhere? This here should be Liam, the teacher. Oh well. So yeah, let's do Garrett's next, I think, third dreamscape. What's this thing again? I glanced around the park to see Garrett going for a run, only for him to be hailed to a stop by Dawn. You okay there? You're looking a little murderous. That joke is getting old. I'm a little frustrated. Nothing a run won't fix. At your pace, I would die. John held up his hands, placatingly at Garrett's displeased expression. Wanna spar instead? Garrett paused at that suggestion, to Don's visible relief. Then he pulled his sweater over his head and set it aside. Please, old rules? Let's make it kid rules. You want me to pull my punches? Garrett nodded. Since when are you afraid of being hit? Since I have a reputation to uphold as the upstanding businessman, and visible injuries will undermine that. You've gotten soft. There was a point where you could give me a run for my money. But now your priorities have changed. There was something a little lonely about his thoughts. Well, we can't all have a ridiculous level of physical prowess. You could have. You were just too worried that the girl you like would look down on you for it. They exchanged a couple of blows, but Don was clearly putting in more effort than Garrett was. So, what brought this on? It's been a long time since I saw you. Longest though since you were interested in any sort of training. There has to be a reason for the change when you were so adamant about leaving the past behind. Leaving everything for a woman who doesn't even want him. His satisfaction came through loud and clear. You heard about what happened with the Sterlings, right? Those kidnapping attempts? Garrett just grunted in acknowledgement. It was on the news for days. It reminded me of why I started training in the first place. In my current state, I wouldn't be able to protect her. That's not acceptable. Of course, it's for her. Even if it sours our opinion on you even more? Even then. So, will you be willing to train me again? I've already got your work cut out for you without making things worse for yourself. But I suppose, if anyone can do it, it will be you. Fine, but we're going to have to start you on jogging first. Your stamina has dropped so much. Really, the sign is again there. What the hell? But yeah, anyway, let's go to Garrett's park again. I glanced up from the novel I was almost done reading at a call to my name to see Garrett slowing to a stop in front of me. Oh hey Garrett, no done today? Nah, he's got some work thing. I nodded. I guess he would be busy like Siri. Considering they're fighting for the same position, or at least Siri is. Yeah, you mind if I sit? Not at all. Garrett sank down onto the seat next to me once he received permission. You're a lot more winded than when you're with Dawn. He shrugged. I don't have to hold back when it's just me. Your fitness level's kinda scary. He leaned his head back to look up at the sky. That was the whole that was the whole point. If I was going to protect others, then I needed to cultivate a certain reputation. Now I'm too used to it to stop. So keep me in mind if you need any heavy lifting. Actually, now I'm curious about how strong you are. Like, how much can you lift? Garrett shrugged. I don't have a concrete figure, but I can lift you. You sure about that? I could be denser than I look. You want me to try? He shifted towards as though to make good on his words. I buried my face in my hands when I realized what he was asking. Sounds like fun. I would die too, but... No thanks. He accepted my words and sat back. After a moment of silence, I glanced back up and noticed as Garrett was reading the back cover of my book. Do you want to read it? It sounds interesting. Is it good? I think so. I'm not really sure what your preferences are, though. He shrugged. I don't have many preferences as long as it's not loaded with plot holes. There's only so much disbelief I can suspend. Yeah. I mean, I'm fine with plot holes if it's not the point. You know? If it's just if it's a mindless story for having fun, then whatever, man. I don't care. But the more seriously a story takes itself, the more picky I get with plot holes. Well, this one seems well thought out. I'm nearly done, so I can lend it to you after if you want. I like that. His pleased smile had me answering in kind. I returned to my reading, enjoying it a little bit more than I had before with his silent presence besides me. And we're going to the park again. We're basically camping at a park right now. Hey Garrett, good run? He momentarily paused his stretches to look at me. Sure, there wasn't anything out of the ordinary. That's good then. Although... There's been an increase in couples making out. Eh? Dum 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 dum. The one behind those bushes over there were really going at it. Made running past a bit uncomfortable. Ew. I automatically looked in the direction he indicated, only to look away red-faced when I saw it shaking. In broad daylight. Some people are... weird. Thanks for the heads up. Definitely don't want to walk past that. Anytime. The simmer's just creeping over everything, huh? But oh well. Let's make this the last one for this part. Garrett and I walked home together in companionable silence, save for the sound of his takeout packets rustling. I'd given up on protesting when he offered, because it would just be awkward to walk in the same direction but separately at this point. Plus, I didn't really feel safe I really did feel safe walking with him. Going home by car with Emma still felt safest, but beggars can't be choosers. I was still musing when Garrett suddenly stopped walking. What's wrong? We're being followed. We are? He gestured behind us with his head. You're not that observant, are you? The kid's been following us for a while now. The kid again? I glanced at the kid in question who had stopped a little behind us. Is that the kid from the other time? Could be. He's not running away today, though. As he said that, some more people came out of the shadows. Garrett frowned at the sight of them. Why? Maybe a former rival gang? Who are now up for revenge? He set his jaw and stepped in front of me when they started to advance on us. What are you guys doing here? Shouldn't you be studying for exams? His shoulders were tense, but his tone was jovial. Does he know these teens? What would you care? You abandoned us. We chose to disband the gang as a group. All of you were given bursaries to attend the schools of your choice. No one abandoned anyone. Well, let me guess, they wanted the gang life, not the better life. The first kid, clearly the spokesperson, looked to a redhead for support before continuing. That's easy for you to say. You're not the one that has to deal with what's left behind. What are you talking about? Do you think the other gangs just went away because we disbanded? When they heard the most dangerous of us left, they swooped in for the kill. Don said... Don doesn't care about us, he just wanted to get rich. Clearly he doesn't care about you either, or you wouldn't be waiting tables. Firstly, there's nothing wrong with waiting tables. Secondly, it was my decision, just like how all of you decided that you wanted to go to school and try to make something out of your lives. Need to be alive for that. Tell Don he can keep his fancy bursaries. We'll be too busy doing what we have to do to survive for those. And what is it that you need to do to survive? Whatever it takes. We had a code. Screw the code. What good did it do any of us? Garrett leveled a hard look at the teens. You really gotta do that now, with poor Maya here? If you're going to disgrace the name we build up, then I will stop you. I looked at the angry kids to Garrett. This sounds like it's gonna escalate. Garrett, we showed them kinda... sorry about this, but can you hold my food? You should probably turn the other way too. He shoved his food packets into my hands. Wait, what? I don't think we're in a situation where I could be turning my back to anything. Okay, breathe. Think comforts. What did Emma say about self-defense again? Yeah, no, you suck, Maya. Don't even think about it. All I could do was clutch at Garrett's food and hope for the best. I stared at Garrett's back as the teens started to advance menacingly. How did I get caught up in this? All I wanted was to go home. The area in front of us was suddenly flooded with light from a nearby house. What are you kids up to? I'll call the police. There's no good reason to be crowding the street at night. At the sound of his booming voice, the teens gathered and ran away. Thank God. Garrett watched them leave before turning to me and taking back his food. We should go. Right. That's definitely gonna escalate. So yeah. Let me save at this point. This was it for this part. Next part then we will continue to stalk Garrett. Yep. And see where it leads us. So until then, goodbye.